Good morning, third grade. Today we're going to be working on the author's point of view. We've discussed this before in class. Today we're going to look at it again. The author's point of view is what he or she feels about the subject that is being written about. So we're going to take a look at what kind of point of view an author can have, okay? So in expository text or informational text, the author's point of view or perspective shows how he or she feels about the topic. So if they're writing about, whatever, they're writing about yesterday's story, for example, which is what we'll be looking at, the point of view, what did that author feel about the rescue dogs? Okay, that was the topic. We're going to look at some examples here today. So words that we can use to describe point of view. We can use the words neutral or objective. That means fact. Writing that is neutral or objective sticks mostly to the facts. Okay, it's not going to give an opinion about something, but it's going to give the facts about something, like the size and the size of an animal, or where they live, what they eat, those kind of things. So we can look at this example of a neutral point of view. Chipmunks are omnivores and eat a wide variety of plants, seeds, and insects. This isn't giving an opinion, this is giving fact. So this is a neutral point of view because it's telling us what chipmunks eat. We can also have what is called a positive point of view. So let's look at this little sentence here. We're also talking about chipmunks, but this sentence says helpful chipmunks play an important role in seed dispersal. So look at the words being used here. Helpful and important. These are positive words. These are not straight fact. These are the author's view of chipmunks, that they're helpful, they play an important role. They could maybe give fact to back this up. However, this is this author's point of view. We can also have a negative point of view. Because they eat seeds, chipmunks can be nuisances at bird feeders. The word nuisances, something that causes trouble, that's more of a negative point of view. That's a negative word. Again, the author could back it up with fact, but this alone is just the author's point of view here, and it's not a positive one. It's a negative point of view. So let's look at some examples and find the words that can help us to determine if it's negative, neutral, or positive point of view. On a wet fall day, lucky hikers might be able to see beautiful fall fungus. Are there any words in this sentence that either make you feel that this is a negative point of view or a positive point of view, or is it fact and is this a neutral point of view? Take a look at it and think about which it could be. If you said the words lucky and beautiful are words that help you to determine that this is a positive point of view, you were correct. And what kind of words are lucky and beautiful? These are adjectives, which we've been talking about in English. These are words that give more information, and they allow this author to show a positive point of view in this sentence. Now look at this one. Look at that cute little mongoose. Dwarf mongooses live in dry grasslands and open forests across Central Africa. Are there any words in here that show that this is a negative point of view or a positive point of view? Or is this just fact? If you said it was fact and is a neutral point of view, you were correct. Because all this sentence is doing is giving information. Where they live, dry grasslands, open forests. Let's look at one more. Floods can have many terrible consequences for people in the path of rushing water. Do you see any negative or positive words being used? Or is this just fact? If you pointed out the word terrible, we can pretty much figure that's a negative point of view because they're saying that this is not a good thing. They have terrible consequences, which may be true, but they need to give some more fact to that to make it more neutral. That's still a negative point of view. So, is point of view a problem? Sometimes authors try to keep their writing completely neutral and objective. That means they completely just give facts. And there are some situations where this is required. For example, a technical report where you have to say how something works. You're not going to give an opinion. You're going to give the facts, the information. Newspaper articles, a lot of them do just give the facts, but sometimes those writers give their opinion too. If you read a sports report, they might give you the facts, but depending on who the writer is, he or she may give you their opinion on the game or the players. Science writing, though, is also a time where a neutral point of view is important. How did the experiment work? What was used? What was the outcome? That is going to be neutral. Those are going to be facts. But as long as an author supports a point of view with evidence, though, it can help make a piece of writing more lively and interesting. So going back to that sports article, that sports reporter can give facts, and they can use those facts as evidence to support their point of view. And it was going to make that writing more interesting. Now, when they just give the facts, the score was this was the stats, it can be a little bit more boring. But when an author or when a sports writer gives their opinion on how this player played or how those calls were terrible, right? That gives that piece of writing a more life, more interest, whether it's negative or positive point of view. So, what have we learned? Some words that describe an author's point of view can be negative, meaning they don't have a good feeling about what they're writing or the subject. Positive, which means they support and they have good feelings about what they're writing. Or neutral, which is just fact. So what we're going to do is we're going to head back over to our website and you are going to practice some point of view, identifying the author's point of view.